What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review of The Real Housewives of Miami Season 6, Episode 14. They filmed the reunion last week. The looks were revealed today. I wasn't impressed with most of them, but we'll talk about that at another time. They are still on this gondola ride from you-know-where, okay? They are in the motel graveyard situation. It looks like you could tell that it was spliced out of order because we left off last week with Julia crying and visibly shaking and Gertie crying and they are just having a whole meltdown. We come back this week and it seems like they're still upset, but they're not at that hysterical place where we left them last week. But then like 10 minutes later, they're back there. They're back. Julia's crying. Gertie's crying. I don't know if it was sympathy cry. I don't know if Gertie was going through something. But at the end of the day, they had stopped because they had to go to the bathroom. But they had stopped in the middle of this thing. And they get back on the boat. They're ready to just get back and just get the hell off that gondola. Like, that is one of those moments where you would wish that all of this was just for show and you were really on a motorboat the whole time and all they gotta do was flip a switch and you could be back to shore in like 10 minutes. Because I am sure it took them 30-40 minutes to get back to shore. In the meantime, Gertie starts getting sick. Like, she is throwing up. They roll up on a band, like a mariachi band that wants to serenade them. Gertie is throwing up in the bucket. They're trying to be polite, but at the same time, tell their gondola guy, can you go? Can you go? Thank you. Appreciate the song. Can you keep moving? Because I'm sure that is all a part of the VIP package that I'm sure they got, right? Oh, the mariachi band is going to serenade you. So I'm sure that the mariachi band had been waiting for an hour for them to stop fighting and all that other stuff, for them to come up and sing this damn song that ain't nobody listening to. And they probably were waiting for a tip of something. And the ladies were really trying their best to not be rude, but at the same time, get the hell off of this boat. So they finally get back to land. And Gertie literally just collapses. So they end up having to call the ambulance for Gertie, take her to the hospital. She got some fluids. I don't know if she was dehydrated because they were out on that boat too long and she was drinking and whatever her meds. I know she has permission to drink. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know if it was just all those things mixed in together. But neither here nor there, baby. Gertie, and shout out to Dr. Nicole, who rode with Gertie to the hospital. And shout out to Dr. Nicole and Gertie, because I saw that picture, y'all, on Nicole's husband's private plane and took y'all up to the reunion. Listen, I'm so serious. Dr. Nicole, girl, can I come to the baby shower? I will bring you a gift. Now, I don't know if I can afford anything that's on your registry, but I bet you it'll be cute. I could buy him some Jordans, or her. I can get the baby some Jordans. I can afford the outfit from Polo. Now, I'm not getting a Balenciaga or nothing, but I can get the baby an outfit from Polo and some Jordans, okay? Can I come to the baby shower, Dr. Nico? Send the private jet. Anyway, so, child, it was just a lot. It was a lot. And of course, everybody is still feeling how they feel. You know, Lisa is still in her feelings, child. And Kiki was still in her feelings. But they were trying to move past it. Everybody went back to the hotel to sort of regroup, take a nap, do whatever they had to do, child. And get ready for... Did they go out to eat, child? I can't. Get ready for Adriana's performance. Yeah, we just skipped to the next day, child. They said we're going to, I don't know what or later on that day, whenever it was, we were getting ready for Adriana's performance. We finally see Kiki talking to her babies. And I'm sure she's filmed scenes like that before that they just chose not to include it. And I know they included it this time because Kiki has a whole moment later on in this episode with Lisa where they're going at it again. And Kiki is talking about her private life. I'll get there when I get there. So we see everybody calling their significant others and checking in and all that while they're getting glammed up and getting ready for the Pride event. Everybody got on rainbows, okay? And everybody looked cute. Now, Julia, how you don't know how to spell your friend name? She made a whole sign and had misspelled Adriana's name. Now, what I will say is, You made a sign, girl. And to be honest, I don't know if anybody even noticed that you spelled the name wrong. I mean, I'm saying as far as the other people. The people in the group knew, and Adriana knew. But the people outside of the group, they didn't know. Now, we find out Kiki called Larsa? Alexia? Kiki called somebody and let it be known that she was still very upset about what happened on the boat, and that she was really upset about what Lisa, how things went down with Lisa. It was Alexia. Kiki is back and she's going to the event, and they're all, like I said, they're all dressed up and ready to go, child. Adriana performs, and listen, Adriana lip syncs. I'm not even mad at her for lip syncing. A lot of people do that when you're outside, open air, the voice is going to carry, the sound system, whatever. I don't even care the fact that she lip synced the song. What I care about is two things. One, you lip synced the song and you look like you weren't on beat, but that might be the way they edited it, because they have to edit with they have to edit it a certain way. So they played the song over probably what she was really. I don't know, but it looked like she wasn't on beat lip syncing. It looked like she was out of sync lip syncing. That's my first problem. And my second issue is, if you was going to lip sync the song, when you was in rehearsal, girl, all you should have been worried about was that choreography, because you knew you wasn't going to be singing. But I thought she did a cute job. I mean, listen, she came out there, she sang one song, she left, okay? So I thought she did a good job. Shouts out to Adriana. And I do like that song. I really do like that song. And I think that Adriana is talented. And I hope that she does hook up with Emilio Estevez and she's able to put some good music out. Adriana irritates my soul, but she's talented. And I can separate the two. So after they left there, they went back to the hotel to get switched up so they could go party, because it's their last night in town and they wanted to go party, yada, yada. Now, they get dressed up. Now, when they go up to Alexia's suite to pregame. Remember, she's got the bar in her suite, and she's got the outside deck and everything. So they go up there to pregame, and Lisa keeps making jokes at Kiki about, oh, you're going to hit me with a juice box. Oh, you're going to try to fight me again. And Kiki was like, girl, I'm sick of this. Like, I'm really trying to move forward with you. I'm really trying to be in a good space with you. But every time I see you, like, you don't need to make a comment or make a joke about me being violent every time I see you. Like, girl, we don't need to do that. So Kiki is irritated. Lisa realizes that she has irritated Kiki. So she goes outside. It's Alexia. I don't think Marisol was there, but I know it was Alexia, Larsa. They go outside with Lisa. And inside is Kiki. I think Dr. Nicole went outside too. Inside is Kiki. No, because Larsa's inside, because Kiki was talking to Larsa. Now, Larsa feels like Lisa owes Kiki an apology. So she feels like Kiki wasn't wrong, and that Larsa sort of needs to apologize to Kiki. Lisa feels like Kiki owes her an apology, of course. So Kiki is inside talking shit, basically saying, that she's tired of Lisa. She feels like Lisa is just being spoiled and entitled, and she's really sick of, it always, being about her, and that everybody got problems, and she's crying over millions of dollars with Lenny, but, there are other people that are dealing with real things. Now, I'm going to wait till I finish the whole thing, because I do have some things to say. So Julia messy ass, she goes outside and tells Lisa, yeah, Kiki's in there, she's talking about you, and she said that you're entitled and that you're a spoiled little girl. Now what Julia said was little girl. Lisa said, oh, so she said I'm a spoiled brat? No, she said you're a spoiled little girl, and there is a difference. I know somebody's going to be like, what's the difference? There's a difference between calling somebody a little girl and a brat. There's a difference. But you are a brat. Now, Dr. Nicole is like, really, Julia? Like, we are really trying to, like, diffuse the situation, and you come out here with all of this. Now, you adding to it. You adding 20 on 10. You doing too much. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? So, they end up going downstairs. And Larsa is trying to talk to no, Larsa didn't talk to her. They go downstairs and they're at the party. Julia is still talking to Lisa. Julia is still telling Lisa, well, I don't think she meant anything by it. She just, has a lot going on, and she just was upset that, you were talking down and you were, making the comments about the food and stuff. And Lisa says, listen, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not feeling it. Because they went to, like, the club that's inside of their hotel. So she was like, look, I'm going back upstairs. Y'all can stay down here. I don't care. I'm going back upstairs. So we see all of them talking. And then next thing you know, everybody's back upstairs in Alexia's suite. So I'm like, okay, so clearly they made them all leave and go upstairs so they can have this conversation. So Kiki and Lisa are having this conversation. And Kiki is explaining to Lisa why she was upset. She was like, listen, because Lisa was like, I feel like nobody, like, you guys are supposed to be supporting me. You guys are supposed to have my back. And I'm still dealing with this. I'm still going through my divorce. Like, why are y'all doing this to me? Like, why are y'all, making me feel like, so what? I'm talking about Lenny. Like, I'm still processing. I'm still going through it. And y'all are my friends. And y'all should have my back. So Larsa was like, listen, I'm her friend. I'm her best friend. I can take it. Like, if she want to call me every 5 minutes and she want to talk about Lenny, girl, she could call me every 5 minutes and talk about Lenny. But y'all are sick of it, and I understand it because y'all not as close to her as I am. And I remember my cousin said something similar one time. I was going through a breakup, and I kept wanting to call the guy that I was breaking up with. And my cousin said to me, she said, listen, every time you pick up the phone to call him, just dial my number. And I don't care if it's 20 times a day. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Whenever you get that urge that you feel like you need to talk to him, because she was like, girl, we're not talking to him no more. You call me. And I feel like that's what Larsa was saying. Like, look, I got you. And if you need to talk to me about Lenny until you blow in the face, I will listen to you. Talk to me. And that is probably the most selfless thing I have ever heard Larsa say. She was like, but understand that everybody else here, they sick of it. They over it, and they really don't want to hear it no more. So Kiki starts explaining to Lisa why what she said on the bus upset her. I mean, on the gondola upset her. Because she was like, look, that is how I grew up. And, you don't know who those people's stories. And for you to assume that they don't take care of their pets. Or for you to assume that they don't feed their pets well. Like, that, that bothered me. That pissed me off. Like, if you were really just talking down. And you and Lenny, I'm out here struggling. I'm a single mom. I got my 2 kids. I was put out my house when I was 14. And, I'm this and I'm that. And da-da-da-da-da. And Lisa was like, girl, I hear you and I'm sorry, but that's not my fault. Like, I am not your therapist. Like, I can't help you deal with your childhood trauma. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you I see both sides of that coin. And I know some people ain't going to like what I said. But here's the thing. There's a book I read one time called Your Blues Ain't Like Mine. It's a really good book. It's actually a fictional book based on what happened after the death of Emmett Till. Like, what happened to those people who were involved. Now, of course, they don't use Emmett Till as a fictional character, but it's actually written by one of my former college professors, and it's a great book. But look it up. Google it. But what it speaks to is there were a lot of people that were involved in this incident, and everybody had a story to tell. Now, I ain't talking about the white people. And so, Kiki, you have a story. And your story is sad. And you've struggled. And you've been through a lot. And I get it. And I understand why Lisa's behavior and Lisa's words and Lisa's attitude triggered you. I do. But I also understand why Lisa was in the place that she was in. She literally signed her settlement agreement that day. And for those of us that are like, well, you signed a settlement agreement that just made you a millionaire and, took care of your family and he bought you a house and all of these great things. I know to the outside, they're like, what are you mad about? What are you emotional about? But it is also a big step towards the end of her marriage. And listen, Even though Lenny is a whole asshole, that was her asshole. You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, it's one of those, your blues ain't like mine. So Lisa is going through what she's going through legitimately. Kiki has her story, and she felt like Lisa was being insensitive to her story. Lisa didn't even know your story, girl. And just because Lisa's story isn't as tragic as yours, it doesn't make her story less important to her. And I think we have to stop trying to quantify our pain. You hurting, I'm hurting. You've been through something, I've been through something. Is it different? Sure. So I understand both points of view on that. And even though, again, Lisa's words were the way they came out, but I understood what she was saying. She was like, so you're mad at me about your childhood experience because I see it, or I said what I said. I can't help you feel better about that. But I think what Kiki wanted was for you to listen and for you to have some empathy, and for you, she like Kiki said, she said, girl, do you even know my son's name? And of course, Lisa didn't, but I was wondering how many people at that table did. How many people sitting there know Kiki's kid's name? Anyway, with that being said, baby, that was pretty much the episode, child. That's where we left off. I'll see y'all next week. I guess we finishing up in Mexico, and we'll be back home, and I guess we'll have about 2 more episodes, and then we'll be heading into the reunion, honey. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.